Good afternoon, my crafty friends. This is grammakade. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Today, I am working on a quilt for a quilt guild that I am part of. We are donating here, not for children, but for some of the adults, because adults seem to be left out of Christmas gifts sometimes. So, at any rate, I found this quilt pattern that I had been wanting to do for a long time. And it's called 4-Patch Fun. And this is the large size with no borders. It's supposed to be 64 by 64. However, I did have to cut the little squares down because some of my 4 patches didn't come out correctly. So I did have to adjust the size on it a bit. So I'll see how big it is when I'm finished. But this basically is what it will look like when it's done. And I am using, and there is no link to this pattern. I'm sorry about that. I don't even remember where I got it. But it is a pattern from 2014. So, I'm sorry, I don't remember where I got the pattern from, but there's no copyright or anything on it. But anyway, I am using plaids to do this instead of solids. I am using plaids. Here is another one, and there's another one, and then I have these gorgeous this gorgeous teal. Let me show this really quick. There is that. Let me see if I can, anyway, there's the teal one, and then there's one more color, that right there. So those are the colors that I will be putting in this quilt top. We'll see how big it is when I get finished. Oh, and there's one that's not a plaid. There is one fabric that is not a plaid, but I'm adding it anyway because I needed the extra squares. And I did not calculate my plaids correctly. I had purchased most of these plaids years ago when Joann's was still in business, and not understanding that I did not have enough. So anyway, this is the last one. That's not a plaid, but it certainly is gorgeous, and it is going very nicely in this quilt. It is a flannel. And all of these fabrics are flannel. So, and so the backing will also be flannel for this. I don't like mixing flannel with cotton because I find that when you wash, flannel seems to shrink at a quicker rate than regular cotton does. And it tends to pull away from the cotton. That's the experience that I know about, that I've had with it. So that's the reason. If I do flannel, everything is flannel. If I do cotton, everything is cotton. You know, I will put minky, or I could put minky or fleece on the back of this. That would not be a problem with me. So at any rate, I've got 2 rows done. I worked on 1 row week before last, and then I did another row last night. So there is that, and I know my camera isn't quite big enough to show you the whole thing, but there it is mostly. So, and there's a specific way I have to put the squares together and all those kinds of things. So, whoops, sorry, I keep going off camera. Anyway, so let's get busy, and I will show you what I'm doing in putting. Right now I'm putting row 3 together, and then row 4 I will have to resize all of the little squares before I put the blocks together. So anyway, let's get busy and get this done. All right. to turn this off while I square up those, square up the squares, I guess, for lack of a better term. Anyway, I'm going to get those all squared up so I can get those last 4 blocks done and on the quilt. It didn't take me nearly as long as I thought it was going to, so I'm happy about that. At any rate, I will see you in a little bit. Okay, that top is finished. Now I need to go to the store and find a piece of flannel for the backing and get this layered and quilted, and it will be done. Another quilt I can check off my list. I'm so happy. I love it when I get a project done. Yay! Anyway, thank you for watching. Please like, please subscribe if you enjoyed what you saw. And if you have questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. I don't mind at all. I will acknowledge any questions or comments as they pop up. And I will see you in the next video. There will be more videos coming very soon. Okay? There are more quilts to be made. So, anyway. Love y'all. Have a great weekend and happy holidays.